Tonight on the Mog Live, we have a fan request from Alex. We'll be revisiting the 1987 classic California Games by Epic
Yeah.
Software. And we'll go a little into the background of the game as well as playing it live, attempting to. And later we'll also take a look at the very special fan cut of the TV series Ahsoka, the Patterson cut. So stay tuned. I was surprised by this movie in many ways.
To say, I was regretting my decision.
I think this would be something I'd show to my kids.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I think it's about a father's love for his child.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
And a complete stranger's love for that man's
They wore
child.
really ugly outfits. Puke yellow, prom night, pale blue, you know.
I don't even know where to start with this
Definitely
film.
not a movie I would consider watching unless you told me to. Hello, I'm Derek,
And I'm Peter.
and this is the Mog Live.
In this live stream, two crazy kids do crazy things that aren't particularly crazy. And what is our special episode today? Derek's pretty much already introduced it.
Yeah, we've got California Games. This is our first fan request. It's from your cousin Alex.
It is, well, hopefully Alex will get to see it at some.
Yeah, it'll be up on
Um,
YouTube. We got like 70 views in the last one. Not bad, eh?
I couldn't believe it. It's amazing. I mean, how many bots? We're getting more and more bots watching our streams.
Well, I reckon something's changed because I'm getting referred to a lot of beginner YouTube channels too, like in my stream,
Oh,
in my feed. So I just hit them up, give them a like. Some of it's good content, some of it's hit and miss, but same as what we're doing, really. People just trying to make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's nice that they're
but
reaching the
there's some-
top.
but some people are trying to make it, and some people have already made it. I think we've already made it, Derek. Those 70 views. There's at least two people who've watched that. And
Yeah, thanks always to
maybe
Chris
you or me.
and Alex, who have been tuning in recently. And he wanted to
Yeah,
have a
he
look
watched.
at California Games.
Yeah, because he was speaking to me about Prince of Persia, and I said, "Hey, guess what? We've already done it." And so he tuned in and was like, and seemed to watch it. So that's cool. And
what did he think?
So, well, he commented that it was amazing, but I don't know whether that was the game, the finishing, or just the fact that we did a stream. I'm happy in all instances.
Yeah, me too. Oh, thanks for watching, Alex. And this game, I have fond memories of it. Actually, I think I have a weird memory that Chris used to play video games in the library at Terrace. Is that true?
It's possible.
And I think I used to watch him, like games like Boulder Dash, and he used to play with Michael Vowles. He was in a band with all those guys. They did a cover of Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah,
remember this?
That's true.
Yeah, those guys.
I've blotted out most of my years at school.
But I mean,
from pure
I'm pretty
trauma.
sure California Games was one of them, and I used to watch them, and they were very skilled at this very hard game.
It's a hard game. Like I do remember California Games, but a DOS version, which you said you found,
I found the
but
DOS version.
I don't think it's worth revisiting. But
I mean, the mechanics are the same, but because it runs on DOS, the controls are so jank. It's just
Yeah.
jank.
It was impossible. All I can remember about it is that I couldn't do anything. Like all I remember about the game is opening it up, thinking this looks interesting, and then not doing anything successfully, and then closing it.
Which one did you try? Do you remember? Because there's different games.
All the
surfing,
different games. Yeah, all the different games.
Oh, you did. Not having much
But
luck.
I know that the bicycle, like we didn't even know what the keys were because there was no manual when we had it. So literally, the bike was you started and you would fall at the log. That's the experience I have with the bike. And having done a slight practice session of this, I'm proud to say that I've made it past the log.
You made it past it, hey? Well done.
Yeah. And
Only took
Surfing was
you
also an
35 years.
adventure. I think we were able to do surfing because it didn't require anything but like the movement buttons. Anything that needed more than the movement buttons we couldn't do. So it was surfing and
Skating,
I think that was it.
half pipe. No.
Skating we didn't do because it was a girl. Oh, who would want to play as a girl? You know, don't
Hacky
ask me
sack.
why. We're stupid kids. Hacky sack, completely impossible. I just had another go of it. Completely impossible.
And
And
do you reckon it was easier on a control pad, like later on?
it probably would have been because you would actually know what buttons that there are buttons that you can push. Whereas when you're using a keyboard, you don't even know what the buttons are.
Yeah.
Like we can find out now. I didn't look at the manual. You said
Well,
you
yeah,
looked
I
at the
brought it up
manual, but I
here.
saw.
This is the manual, and it's got the controls here. When you first start, the surfer's lying on the board. Press start, button 2, left. Surfer makes a left turn. Right. Surfer makes a right turn. It doesn't tell you the mechanics of actual what's going on with it. It's
No.
it's very technical. Like we'll show you as we get into it. But I wanted to talk a bit about Epic Software. They're the
Yeah.
makers. Do you know anything about these guys?
No, I don't. I don't.
So they
Not a
first
figment of a
built it
clue.
for the Apple II and Commodore 64, and their story is really quite a lovely one. These guys, there's a good documentary on YouTube by this guy Bastiche B, 64K. I highly recommend it. It's like an hour-long documentary. He's
Mm.
great. I figured out how to play in here as well. You can just click on, you just copy a link here.
And did what.
But what he does, he goes through
Just use
all the
this one as an
games.
example. Next was Alien Garden, which is like playing some sort of bizarre Jeff Minter fever dream. You grow alien plants and try to raise them through trial and error. It's super bizarre.
He's played all the games. I love this. And he says, I basically make documentaries that in the way that I would love to see them made. So he made an hour and a half video on these guys. But
Wow.
they started in 1977 with Dungeons and Dragons. And he bought a Commodore PET, like one of the first Commodores, and he like to help him with bookkeeping. But he says he wanted to write a Dungeon Master software to keep track of his Dungeon Master logs, and then he would write it off on his taxes. So he just bought this computer for D&D basically, and but then they came up with these games, like these really. I'll show you down here. This is one of the first games. Temple is like, it's very Dungeons and Dragons based, but it's so like it's written in BASIC and like it's just pixels. But the thing is, like the two guys, where are they? Jim Connolly and John Freeman.
They're beautiful pictures. Like I don't know. I don't know if I could ever match that mustache.
I love these guys
It's
a
a
lot.
thing.
I
It's a
find
thing
this
of
so
beauty.
inspiring.
Maybe John Friedman inspired Half-Life 2.
And this is it looks a bit like him, eh? And this is the first computer, but like, so one of them was the writer and one of them was the programmer. And if you look at the writing, it's like for each room, they've got like, after coaxing open the cabinet, you'll find a silver candelabra, 6 silver trays, a bronze skull ring, and mithril specks for eyes. It was like, it's really well written stuff. So like, you don't really need much going on in terms of the pixels. Like you've given the information
You've
here.
got your imagination to help you.
Yeah. So it's interesting. And that was
silver pieces.
and that was a big hit for them. And so they kept on making these games basically. And whereas I was going to show you until by 1983 it was worth 10 million in sales. It was the 16th largest computer company. But they couldn't keep it up because they were just doing these basic games, right? But they were pumping out sequel after sequel and different variations of this very basic engine. But then later on, because it was making so much money, they ended up getting this guy involved, Michael Katz, and one of them left. I can't remember. I think it was John left, and but he got into things like distribution and like rights from Mattel, like Barbie and Hot Wheels and things like that, and it just exploded from there. And by that time, they were making games like Pit Stop. Do you remember this? This is a famous
Pit
game.
Stop.
Yeah, I love this game. So that was after he came on board. And Impossible Mission, do you know this one?
No.
I got into this in Impossible Mission 2, so later. But this is a great game. It's so hard. It's like
That looks familiar.
he's just running around in the secret facility. There's computers that you've got to hack, and like it's an amazing game.
And by hack, what does that mean?
Yeah, you got to match these symbols.
C : // HACK.
Pretty much, back then. But I mean, look at this stuff. I love this era where you're just loading stuff off discs and you didn't have a Commodore or anything, did you?
No, we're pretty much, apart from Atari 2600, we were pure PC.
Yeah, me too. DOS.
In fact, I do remember going over to Alex's, and they used to have Super Nintendo and things like that, but that was not something that we had.
Super Nintendo was super advanced. PC was the way to go, though. You could
It
do
was
so much with
super. They had super in the title. You knew it was advanced.
And speaking of which, like these guys, Epic's Games, they hired a bunch of people to make their own handheld. But then they had a meeting with Nintendo, and they unveiled to them the Game Boy. And this is sort of like, it was the writing on the wall. They were developing this console. It was amazing tech for its time, but Game Boy was just about to come out, and it was networked. They had networked Game Boys. You could play against each other. It was crazy. And so they made a deal with Atari, and basically they took whatever they could get because they needed the help to put out this handheld, and that came out as the Lynx. Do you remember the Lynx? Atari Lynx?
No, only the smell.
Lynx body odor.
No, I don't remember that.
It's not actually antiperspirant. It's just like masks.
You don't rub it on your underarm?
But it doesn't stop you from smelling. It's just masks.
I thought the dots on it was a spray.
Yeah. But that was unfortunately the end of Epic's, because they stopped making games to focus on this, and this didn't really take off. But this was 1989, and just before this, they had a lot of luck with these summer games and the winter games, and then California games came out.
Oh, California wasn't the first. Okay.
No, it was 1997.
California's the only one that I remember.
Yeah, me too. It sold like crazy.
I think I know
like
why.
30,000.
If you look at the title, a little kid going, "Oh, I don't understand my feelings, but I have feelings."
Yeah, and I wanted to throw this International Karate. It's got a Sydney.
I know, isn't it? I wonder if that was influenced at all by Karateka by Jordan Mechner.
What's that?
It's like,
the movie.
Sydney. They're fighting under the Sydney Harbour.
Yeah, this is actually Lavender Bay. But yeah, do you want to play some of the California games now?
Let's do it. And I will apologize in advance because this is not going to go well.
Okay, I gotta watch you on the stream.
So, hang on, are you playing?
No, we're watching you for the moment.
Oh,
I can play a bit later.
Oh,
it's better that it's on one screen so we can see.
All right.
Give us a taste of the music.
Now, so just so that people are aware, this is the music. If it plays. It's painful because it just keeps going. I will turn it off soon. And I'm going to practice an event. Now, this is my... I still haven't figured out how to do a half pipe. So, let's see the torture. So any button, no idea what I'm doing.
So
And turn. There we go.
Yeah,
I turned.
you did it.
Woohoo! Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And I'm gonna turn. No, I'm not gonna turn. Oh, come on. Yeah. Technical crash. Good start.
Hey, you did
Still
the
haven't
turn.
figured out exactly how you get momentum in this.
You press up as it's
So-
going up.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
All right. Up. No. There. Yep. Alright, see if I can get some momentum. No,
Up,
I'm
up,
pressing
and then down. Up, down. Like down as it's going down.
I'm going up, down, up, down. Look, I've
Well,
managed to
I think-
maintain an equilibrium of not stopping. Oh, no.
Try from the
technical
beginning.
crash. Doing well. Alright, let's try a third time. Excitement plus. I know that this is going to be the one. So what was it? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down? Or is it...
Up as it's going up, and then down as it's going down.
Oh, okay. Oh!
But you have to flip.
Oh,
So you didn't turn in time. You have to
didn't
flip.
turn in time. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's try again. You can be my coach.
You got this, Pete. Give it all you get.
There's also a slight delay between when you hit the button and when it actually goes. This is why I set it to practice as well, because it'll be over pretty quickly. Oops.
There you go.
Down, up. Down, up.
It's very
Up,
unforgiving, eh?
down, Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Turn. Now, question, Derek. Should I continue?
One more.
Alright. Now, tell me when you cannot take.
There.
And,
Oh, almost.
turn too long.
Oh, it's just
What
a
do you
small
mean?
tap. Just do one more. I think it's just a tiny
because
tap.
You can do. Okay.
You can do 360.
Mhm. Okay, now this time I didn't turn in time. You're just doing this so you can have a drink of your tea.
They can't actually see us. They only see your screen.
Yeah. I turned. Maybe it's up down for turn. I don't know.
No. Let me get the half pipe. Make a turn. When the skater is on the left of the half pipe, press right. Make a turn when the skater is on the right of the half pipe, press left.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Alright. Okay, so that's been vastly successful.
Okay, let's skip. Good. Do the one that you were good at, the surfing.
Okay, let's practice. Oh yeah, let's skip footbath.
We'll
Terrible.
just skip over football.
Oh man! Now, I always wondered whether whether you were naked in this, but you're not.
Because it was all
good
EGA
job.
graphics
Good
saying
start,
it's
good
just one
start. Good start. Okay, there we go. Oh, now something I've learned about this is that basically it's impossible. What I learned is that there's a certain point. Yeah, this is my practicing. Just trying to get that little bit of extra.
It's so sensitive, hey?
Yeah. Now,
And the ball
ball's
start coming.
away.
Whoa!
Oh, nah, so close.
That was close.
The jumps are. I don't know if the jumps actually follow the laws of physics or not.
Maybe just
well.
hold it steady and see how far you can get.
No, because you gotta move a little bit to get out of the way of the waves. There we go. It's almost like you have to find. There's like a specific point at which it regards it as moving faster than the waves. Okay. Well, oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Ah, close.
Man, the tension is palpable.
It's quite.
Got 30
quite
seconds to
tense.
go. Okay, no. Oh. Okay, so I'm beginning to figure out that there's actually no reason why you go faster at some stages and not at others.
Skirting the edge.
Yeah, I did it.
A little jump, eh?
Hell yeah.
Oh, they bounce off you.
What?
Hey. Oh, just as the time is up.
Time's up. Yeah, man.
You're getting the hang of that.
Super awesome.
Number of jumps,
Number
2.
of
You had more than that.
2.
Number of jumps.
Number of balls, 0. What does that mean?
I think... I don't know. Maybe you meant to pick up the ball.
Now, I'm going to mute myself. Mute
Yep.
it.
Mute the music, yeah. And what's the last one? The BMX. You had a bit of luck with that.
I got somewhere with the BMX. Oh no, there's skating.
Oh, I thought it was the BMX.
BMX is the last one. Which you go up, down, 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 jump. Oh, no. See, you can see this is a really, truly easy game. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, jump. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, jump, down, 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 jump. Down, 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 oh,
Oh, it
killed by
hit
the
you in the
ball.
head. Can you crouch?
I don't know. One more time. I can imagine that eventually you get these sounds stuck in your head
Yeah.
to the point where you don't want to live anymore.
Though I didn't have this game. I only saw it played.
Not bad. One more. This is truly a thing of excitement, poise.
It's a well-developed
yeah.
game. There's lots going on.
It is, and there is a lot going on. I'd imagine that the better you get at the game, the more you see stuff going on.
It's like skill-based, hey? You can see when the balls come
Yeah,
in. Because it's
and there's
pretty
a
random at the moment, eh?
and I have been drinking wine, so I'm ready for it.
But it's like it's randomly generated. It's not the same each time.
No, it is actually. I just noticed it is the same. The practice is anyway.
Oh, you hit it with your head. Nice.
Yeah, but I hit the sand one more try.
Oh, it didn't give you a score.
No, it looks like the score is just in the practice. So the water makes you slip. Whip, whip, whip. Oh, what? All right, one more. So it's a little bit more sum up until the point in which you get completely frustrated and give up.
Well, then
So
you've
I
got the
think
next game
this
to go
is-
to, which is kind of cool. Got a bit of variety.
What? Oh, okay. Oh, she had a tantrum. All right. So now I go. Nope. And the last one is BMX. Now, let me show you how I used to play this game. This particular and it's really exciting. Here we go.
That was it, eh?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. And let me show you again, just in case you missed it. It's like, but I'll make it with the sounds of the clattering keys where I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. There you go. And now I've discovered that there is another key, and it's called X. X.
Oh, there it is.
X.
Oh, almost.
Yeah, I'm sweating. It's so excited. The tension is so palpable. I'm excited. Oh, X. Oh. I fall. I jumped. That's not a reason to fall. So I think there's actually a lot of hidden mechanics that go on in this game.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, like
because
if you look at the scoring, there's a wheelie you can do. Tabletop, 360-degree turn, backflip, forward flip. So you're not
I
even close to reaching the potential, hey?
Yeah, so Oh wow! I just
I think once you get a bit of
so,
speed,
yeah, but
the higher
you
you can
have to
jump.
figure out how to get speed. You know, how do you like? Is the forward button? Does the forward button make you go faster? Oops, I
If you
forgot
press
to hit
left, you
X.
can do a wheelie. Maybe that speeds you up.
Oh, okay. And what other buttons are there?
Up and down is left and right. You figured that out.
Yeah. And what else is there? Anything else
Button 1
apart
is
from?
jump. Button 2... Oh, button 2 pushes the pedal. Ah, if pushed continuously, speed increases. I don't know what button 2 is.
Oh, yeah, it's C.
Ah, there you go.
There you
Try that.
go. I feel like progression is occurring.
Takes 2 people. One reading the manual.
Yeah. Oh, I hit spacebar instead of X
Oh, yeah.
because the jump is space
It's always
often. You
space.
know that
I
or
think
mount
I
or
think you can
oops.
remount. You can remap it if you want to.
So yeah, you're right. Oh, look at that.
Yep.
Woo!
Yeah.
Ay,
Now you're flying.
ah.
Now do the wheelie, left press.
I'm trying to, but it's not. No. Whoop, whoop. Oh, maybe it's so that makes me go faster. X
Oh, you
and
did it
maybe
for a
you have
second.
to.
Looked like
Yeah,
it.
I think you do that. I think you have to. Ooh, X, not spacebar. Why did you hit
Oh.
spacebar?
Why don't you
This
remap
is
it? Remap to
for
space.
63 years of conditioning to hit spacebar.
You can click on the controls and remap it in the emulator.
Oh, that's true. I probably should have.
You can still do it now. It pauses the game.
Oh, there's a tire. There's a
Oh, Chris is
rock.
here. Backflip. Chris wants you to do a backflip.
Sorry?
Chris wants you to do a backflip. He's here now.
Oh, I don't know how to do a backflip.
Backflip is left. Oh, it's when you're in the air. I see. You can't do a wheel.
No.
Did you play this game, Chris?
No, there's no back. Oh, I'm dead.
It says,
Backflip, bro. Backflip. What's that? Thanks, bro. Full of inspiration.
show him your surfing.
Alright.
You're nailing the surfing now that Chris is here.
All right.
And you put on the
Yeah.
music for Chris.
Oh, here you go, bro.
Like,
um,
yeah, little jump.
Haha. Look at that.
Whoa,
I made it
nice.
again.
This is
Hell
pure
yeah.
entertainment.
I'm a pro at this. I'm not. Oh, I definitely thought I was going to drown then. Look at those boxes go. Oh. Hey, my reflexes are starting to come back.
Roundhouse, come on, full circle, bro. That's what Chris says.
You bastard. You made me do it. It's your fault.
You probably can do it if you get enough speed. Yeah! Oh, he was so close.
Maybe I have to hold it because I'd noticed that, like, when you're tapping it, it seems to respond better. Here. Oh, no. Come on, come on, come on. Nah. 6 seconds.
Time.
Ooh-ah.
It's good that. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
One more,
Alright,
one
try
more.
again. Alright. It's gonna be your turn soon. It's gotta be.
Okay. I'll try Hakisa.
There we go. Get a bit of. Alright, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was it.
Yeah, it's hard though. The wave comes so fast. If you don't get it right at the start, it just overwhelms you straight away. I guess you have to get a bit of. Maybe you have to, like. There's really quite a lot going on with.
Oh, okay.
But then
There's a
again,
secret key. Press Z and it makes you turn faster.
Sorry.
If you hold down Z when you turn, it makes you turn faster.
Try.
Apparently.
Try Derek. Apparently, huh? Who said that?
It says hold down the D key. And the D key
The
is mapped to
Z or
Z.
the D? Oh, D.
No, Z
think
is mapped to
Z.
D. So it's called the D key in the manual, but it's mapped to Z.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe it's X. Points 1.8.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
hang
okay.
on. Holding button. You're gonna hold down button 2 and the D. What's button 2?
I don't know. What's button 2? Okay, that music is too painful.
Yeah,
now.
turn off the music. But it's you gotta hold down 2 of the buttons. Just hold down all 3 and then try and turn.
Okay.
Z and X, maybe? Did that make it turn faster?
No. It seems to turn quite fast at the start. Maybe C?
It says 2
little
buttons. The D button, which is Z, and then one other button. Yeah, maybe C.
Maybe that's the turn button?
Yeah!
Ooh, that was close. There must be a skill to it. Well, obviously there's a skill to it because otherwise it'd be a pretty boring game if it wasn't.
I reckon Alex could show us. Oh, see you,
Yeah.
bros. Kids, bedtime. Oh, thanks, Chris. Good to see you, man.
See, bro. I get some half pipe time there. So you get a bit of. No, I just have to figure out what the B key is. Oops.
Says if you press the D button while holding button 2 to make a turn, the turning radius will be smaller than if only the D button had been pressed. I don't know what button 2 is though. Maybe X.
Right. So there's
Oh.
definitely a spot in the middle that gives you extra
Speed.
thing, and then. But yeah, what that 2? It's not too bad. One more time. And what do you want to do after this?
I can play a bit of hacky sack, and then we'll call it.
You will, or
I
you
will.
want to play hacky sack?
It's
Excellent.
it's just left and right, I think.
You don't want to surf?
I can try surfing. It
Oh,
won't be as good as yours. Amazing surfing there.
oh man, thank you. Years of practice.
There. Oh, so close.
I think what you have to do is you have to go down and then up to do it, or something.
Right.
Like there's definitely something to get the momentum going. You have to do this thing to get yourself out of the wave. It's like getting a little bit of speed, and there you go, and then you're out. And then it's sort of like
Oh,
like
there.
that.
How come you didn't land though?
I think I went straight down instead of coming in at an angle. You have to come in at an angle. So you go down and then, but it seems that when you go
That-
up,
It's like the
you
angle
kind
of
of
exit matters as well.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. But it seems to be really hard to turn once you're in the air. So
There, it was so close.
really tricky. Oh, come on, get out. Oh, out. Out.
4 seconds.
Oh. Dead.
Oh. 10 seconds. Still got time.
Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out what the
The
bloody
speed
key
thing.
is that makes you go faster. Okay, so I think it's C.
Oh, yeah.
C seems to get me the most turn.
So do you have to be fast turning as you exit the wave to get the full spin?
I don't know. Let's try one more. One more time.
Yeah.
I keep saying one more time. One more, man. I need a buzz, man. I need to get it going, man. Gotta get it going. All right, there's a spot, and now what I was thinking is you go down and then but I just
Oh.
can't. But it's weird. It's like
It
how
feels
do
like that
you?
should have landed, eh?
Maybe you can't go backwards because you lose the momentum. Maybe it's about maintaining the speed. You have to have the speed, and then you do. Maybe you're like long. Whoa. So like maybe you have to go down and then.
Oh, maybe
Maybe
it's, yeah, it's not
go
a
down.
full circle. It's just down and up. But that's
You
what you were
can
doing.
do down and up, but doing a 360 is the tricky one. I think you can do a 360. It's just, I think it's like a combination of speed and how you come out of it. So, like, I think you have to go, you actually have to go down and then up and then turn or something. I don't know. You need to do something to get enough speed so that when you come out, you also come back in with speed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes it, yeah. So you can see you get more when you go, you get more speed when you go down, right? So if I go down and then it's like, ooh, ah.
Yeah, it was so close.
No, but it still does the 360 the same speed at all times. So yeah. Anyway, all right, Mr. Hacky sack.
Let's
Are you
try
gonna
this.
sack the hack? All
Here
right,
we
I'm gonna
go.
stop streaming. How do I stop? That was exhausting.
Wow, that's so loud on my computer. I had to turn it off. Oops. How do I end your stream? Stop watching. There we go. Oops, I moved.
There's going to be a bit of delay from when I see you play.
Yeah, sorry, I had to fix the. Okay. Practice. I'm keen to try the surfing now. Just want to have a look. Oh, it's very sensitive. You just tap it, eh?
Yeah, just a little tap up, back. There is a delay between when I see it and when you doing it, so I can't see. Going to be a delayed reaction. Yours is going faster than mine.
Yeah, I don't know. My computer's faster.
Now I really don't have anything to complain about.
It's easier when it's slower, though.
That's what I mean. I have nothing to complain about. You're
Can
doing
I
well.
can I turn this down? Speed down?
I
No.
don't know. You can try.
I can't figure out that. Oh, I got a couple jumps.
Did you?
Yeah.
I've seen you drown a few times. I haven't seen the jumps yet. I think I'm about to.
All right. Yeah, there's a secret
keep
spot,
going.
isn't there? You got to get that spot first up.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you
gotta
go
get
under the
sweet spot.
wave. There it is.
Oh, one jump.
Oh, time's up.
Two. No, one jump.
All right. How do I quit? And I'll go hacky sack. Foot bag.
You have to drown.
I think it's just left and right. Oh, you have to kick it. Oh, you have to time it. It's really.
Oh, it's impossible. Well, it's not impossible. I'm sure if you spent a good day working on it, you'd be pretty good. So
Wow.
yeah, oh, you do it actually pretty well, pretty quickly, because you I think depending on where you move, it'll land on your shoulder or on your head or
Oh, you
thing.
can't do two head shots. I was trying to cheese it.
And I think you can also the up and down or something turns you around, so you can do a back thing as well.
This is tough, man.
It is.
You almost got to know. Oh, there. He did two in a row. I lied.
I think it's like you have to. It's all about timing.
And how far it moves, eh? Why is it going? Can it go off the screen? Oh, no. It's sending it back now. There we go. Got a bit of combo.
Oh, nice. Some good stuff there.
Is the music any different here? It's getting faster. Is oh my god, it's so distorted. Oh, it's like Michael Jackson. San Francisco. All right, there we go. I reckon that's about. Oh, I'm keen to. Let
Billie
me
Jean is not my hacky sack.
see this skating.
Yeah, do it.
So is left? Was it left and right?
You were getting better, a hell of a lot better than I was.
You only get one life in this. How did you jump? X.
Yeah.
I was just spamming it.
And
Oh,
up and down moves you faster. So if you spam up and down, you can go faster. But
that's tricky. Oops, one more, and then I'll try it. BMX. Ah, it's hard. See the BMX. What was the keys again? X was X pedal.
BMX. X is jump and C is pedal,
Ah,
and you
X.
have to spam C to.
So this is what I was talking about. You can remap. I'll mirror map it to
Mm.
space. See how that goes. So C is. Oh, hang on. Didn't even jump.
Oh wow, you're a
Oh, hang on.
jumpy jump.
It didn't actually didn't remap. What was it? X. XSD. Oh, hang on. X. X is space. There we go. Okay. Ah, did that actually map?
The most painful thing about this game is the loading screen. From between when you fall over and when you get to start again.
Yeah, I know, eh? I don't think I did this right. Anyway, I'll put it back. Okay. How do you jump?
What do you mean?
Is it X? Oh, there. Oh, there we go. Oops.
So far, I've seen you stack a lot.
Yeah, I stacked a lot. I had it going once. Oh, you can go off the edge.
You got the hang of it. You just don't spam the keys. You have to.
Oh, I'm spamming it. I'm spamming it, all right.
Confirm window closed.
Oh, that was a good run. 53
Yeah.
seconds. Right, I'm
Oh,
out.
good job. Oh yeah. I'm watching it at the moment. Doing well. You're in a good spot. Oh yeah. Oh, he's getting it. Oh yeah. Oh, he's gonna get. Oh, he gets it. Yeah. Oh,
Funny because I'm already out of it.
wow. Yeah. Oh, no, he's dead.
All right, back to California games. What do you reckon?
It's a bar. It's a bar to set, and there's a bar to cross.
What do you think
I'm not
this?
gonna say. What do you think?
It's one of those games. Like it's very addictive because he just pushes that you figure something out and then you go, oh, I can do that, and then you just keep
Yeah. Once
learning.
you start to get the hang of. Oh, actually, there's nuance here. There's a little bit more that can be done.
And it's like of that era where you don't even know. The game didn't really tell you. You had to figure that stuff out. And usually by word of mouth or someone showing you. Like that's why I say it was fun watching your brother and Michael Vowles and all those
Yeah,
guys play games because they were really good at it. And you can sort of see how they do it and you pick it up from them. But it's sort
I
of
don't know who
lost.
you're talking about because that can't have been my brother.
Maybe it wasn't your brother. But
Sorry, bro. Um,
yeah, it's interesting. And California Games 2 came out in 1990. It's
what
another.
came in? What games are in California games too?
Let's have a look. Is it in here? Is it in here?
The what is it? The one sack, two people, right?
California Games 2. Here we go.
Bodyboarding, hang gliding, jet surfing, skateboarding, and snowboarding.
Snowboarding sounds cool. Turning the music off.
Are you sharing your?
Yeah. You pick the game here. I think. Why do you pick the game?
Oh, right.
Play solo. Oh god, I don't need to enter my name. Here we go. Oh, it's just gonna launch me into something.
Have I lost it? Have I moved away from it? Oh, I think I've moved away from it.
Oh,
No. Why can't I find the game anymore? There it is.
whoa. Okay, dweeb. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's gotta be an incentive to continue.
Dweeb.
Weeb.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Whoop. No, we're not.
Yeah.
Okay, they had rudimentary 3D stuff going on in this.
Oh wow, yeah. I'd say pretty advanced for its time, but I've no idea when it was.
Yeah, 1990. This was before Doom. Doom was 91, wasn't it? Or 93?
Yeah, I think around this time. Yeah, that's actually. I have no idea. I have nothing to compare it to. Because this is Sega, isn't it? So it'd be console.
Yeah. That's the end? Oh, you meant to jump.
You're doing well. You're doing. Oh, you're doing well. You haven't drowned yet. According to my eyes, anyway.
Oh, okay. There's pickups. Oh,
Oh. Is retro. That's it, retro.
oh man, I'm out of it. Here we go. Don't jump if you don't know what you're doing.
I wonder if Alley Cat is in here. No, Double Dragon. Is Double Dragon here? Oh, Double Dragon's gonna be the best. Original Double Dragon.
Yeah, this site's a treasure trove, isn't it? Arcade
Oh
spot.
my god, Double Dragon! Double Dragon! Double Dragon!
That's
Oh
one of
my
yours then,
goodness.
eh? One of your faves. Ah, here we go.
Oh. Is there
Snowboarding.
any way to play multiplayer in this?
I don't know.
Doubt it.
Doubt it.
Oh man, music. Ouch. Oh man. Double Dragon. Now that was a game. That's pretty much the game that got me into gaming. Is Double Dragon.
Oh wow, look at this surfing. Oh, it's like
I
bodyboarding.
haven't. It hasn't come up yet. Oh, okay. Body surfing.
Oh, I didn't last very long. Only got one life.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Oh.
It was a fast one.
I just love the animation. It's like you're like a fish that's trying to drown.
One more.
Oh,
Oh, that's it.
oh wow, you're dead. Yeah. If you're a human being, you would not be coming back from that.
I thought you might have to go outside of the tunnel. You meant to go inside the tunnel. But
Thought I was going to. I thought the idea was to survive, but clearly not. Starters return, selectors shift up, down, left.
What were you
right.
saying about Double Dragon? That got you into games.
Man, what's the point of saying that there's two player when there is no two player?
No, there would be if I'm there on your physical computer. We can share the keyboard or something like that.
Oh, maybe.
Like if you
Machine one.
click on the
Yeah, so long time ago, in a land before time, there was a little dude called Peter who used to bother his someone down the road. I used to make the trip down the road to go and absolutely bother my neighbor called Peter Fletcher.
Peter Fletcher.
And yeah, and he
Was he an
would
Ascot as well?
No, this is before Ascot. This is a long time ago now.
What happened to Peter Fletcher?
So I don't know. But hi Peter Fletcher.
Hi, Peter.
Hi Peter. I doubt you're gonna see this, but
He had Double
hope you're
Dragon.
well. And yeah, one of the games. Basically what I would do was I'd come up to their place, and I would just say, "Are you playing computer games?" And if he was, I'd go
What
downstairs. And I'd sit in
what
a
computer
chair,
did he have?
and I'd watch. And he had a CGA PC.
Oh, like a 486 or 386.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So it was all CGA. So which is basically grey. And
No,
I'd watch
CJ
him
was
play.
wasn't it the blue and purple and black
No,
and
that's
white?
yeah, probably that. EGA was 16 colors. VGA was 256 colors. And yeah, so I'd come over and I'd watch him play. Eventually, I used to play. I think I don't know. I'm just having a go of it now, and there's a guy with an enormous marshmallow head. Anyway, but as an you can't see it, so
Can you
I
fix your
won't try.
camera and tilt it down a little bit?
Moving, isn't it? Sorry, let me just.
Better.
There you can see my breasts. Um. Yeah. So it was. That was a thing. Double Dragon. That was a thing to see.
Was he
It
good
was
at it?
Prince of
Peter
Persia,
Fletcher?
Double Dragon. Sorry,
Was Peter Fletcher good at it?
I don't remember. I just watched, and yeah, I can't remember because eventually we got a PC, and that's when we started to play it. My brother and I, so we'd play together.
Oh, what year did you get the PC?
I don't know. I don't know. It's all when you're like my childhood is characterized by a complete lack of knowledge of time. Like
I tend to think about what grade I was in because then I can match it to the year.
no, my like school for me was characterized by misery, and then there was everything else. So I basically mentally compartmentalized school and everything else into two separate sections. So I actually don't know when things
Do you
happen.
reckon Chris remembers?
It was just primary and secondary.
Yeah, was this primary school? That's what I mean. Like what grade?
I don't know. It's probably like I couldn't say. I couldn't say. All I know is like if Prince of Persia came out in 1990, then I would have been, around 10. So it wouldn't have, but we wouldn't have got it as soon as it came out. So I was probably like gaming for me probably started between 10 and 11 years old,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
pretty late. I
And
started
before
at
then,
5.
I would have been before then I would have been visiting the neighbors. Though that being said, Prince of Persia, because our games were like Police Quest, Space Quest 2. So when did they come out? Because I think they were pretty new at the time.
Yeah, around I would say 90s. Yeah, 1990 or 91.
Space Quest. No, Police Quest. I think Police Quest was the first. Or one of the first. There was King's Quest, but I don't think um Police Quest. 1987 and 1988. Well, hang on.
All right, okay.
Between
1986 was Space.
1987, yeah. The first 5 were adventure simulation games, yeah. Police
Oh, that's
Quest 1.
surprising. Yeah, I'm thinking about Space Quest 4. There were 3 more before that. 4 was
Yeah,
the first one
so
I played.
you don't say.
I just knew it as Space Quest. It's kind of merged into one thing in my mind.
I don't actually remember the latter ones too much because I think, like, yeah, we didn't like. We got Police Quest. It must have been either the same year or a little bit afterwards, but it probably would have been the same year that it came out. And so probably started that, yeah, in the
I
late
reckon that's
80s.
when it got interesting for me. When computers got good enough to have VGA graphics around 90,
Yeah.
91, 90. Because before that,
That's-
what were the games? It was kind of like, yeah, Mission Impossible, Impossible Mission. They're all very side-scrolly, very chunky, blocky. They were fun, but like, it wasn't like very involving.
Yeah, there were a few games like Karateka. I can't remember which would have been the first. What I do remember is that my dad took my brother and I over to some random person's place, and they had this box full of games, and we would be able to take it out and put it into our computer, get a copy of it. We'd copy the game.
On
So whoever
PC.
it was must have been getting like all of these games somehow, and we'd get copies of them. So this is in the early days of pirating games. We wouldn't necessarily buy a lot of them at the stores. We'd be getting them from this dude who had like a whole box full of PC games. So, and
Karateka was old, 84.
some of them had viruses on them.
Oh yeah? How do you know?
Yeah, Trojans and Karashi computer viruses. Because I think in those days they told you it was a virus. Person installed a virus, it was like, you have a virus.
Ah. Gosh, was that
Um,
Windows 33.1? Was that before? It
no,
was still
before
DOS.
then, this is DOS. This is all DOS.
So you got all the games
Um,
from this dude.
yeah, and some of them had viruses on them. So that was when we got things like, not Doom, Wolfenstein. So Wolfenstein was another one that came out. So the first game, Double Dragon, was released in arcades in 1987. Double Dragon 2: The Revenge came out in 1988.
So
But those would have
1991
been
was Wolfenstein, eh? Oh, sorry, 1992 was Wolfenstein 3D. So Doom must
was
have
it?
been 1993.
So it must have all been because there was Atari up to a point. We had the Atari 2600, so we had things like Laser Blast, River Raid, Berserk.
Yeah, Doom was 93. Okay, that was the
Probably one of
changing
the
point, eh?
probably one of the earliest games that I remember seeing, I think, was called Castle, and that was a little ASCII character moving around the screen, going from map to like screen to screen.
Yeah, it's weird. Like,
And it
didn't
was
you have games at school? Like in primary school? We had tons of games. You didn't
yeah, but
get exposed to that stuff?
primary school would have been no,
Like
but we didn't
heaps of
meet in
those games you
primary school.
describe. No, no, but like all those other games, like before all of this stuff, there were heaps of
Primary
like
school would have
epics
been
type games.
around 86. So it might have been like a year later or something. Like, I think what would happen is our computer would crash or something. Dad would be trying to get a new computer, and we would turn up, and he would be like trying to get his computer fixed, and this guy would have a box full of games and stuff. I don't actually remember the whole reasoning why, because when
Castle
you're a kid, you
Adventure was
just
that
like,
game, was it?
sorry.
Castle Adventure, is that the game?
Uh,
84?
no. When did King's Quest come out originally? Released between 1980 and 2016. I
King's
remember
Quest.
King's Quest.
Well, it wasn't even called,
I
in
think.
1980 it was called Wizard and the Princess. King's Quest 1 was 84.
Yeah. So, and the
See, I
one I
only got
remember
in
is,
at
I think,
6.
King's Quest 3.
Air today, gone
Yeah, King's
tomorrow.
Quest to air as human.
Oh, you played that, did you? 86?
Yeah.
It must have been a copy that you
Yeah.
played later, eh?
Yeah, probably. There was that, and there was King's
Heroes
Quest.
Quest I got into.
I never got. Oh no, there was something else. Around that time, there was a whole bunch of games like Heroes Quest and stuff coming out. I think our version of Heroes Quest was bugged, so we couldn't
It
actually
was called for
finish.
Quest for Glory, I think, originally.
That might have been it. King's Quest is pretty. Like that was a really awesome time. Those games.
Yeah, those
And
games. Sierra, man.
man, Sierra, they really nailed it with all of those games.
But see, after like 93, they had CD-ROMs and then they started doing all this crazy stuff, you know. When CD-ROMs came in, do you remember Under a Killing Moon?
Oh yeah. Oh man, that was awesome, wasn't it?
When you could see video and stuff for the first time?
Yeah, you're walking around, you're waiting the loading screens. The loading screens would take about 10 minutes. You go off, you complain, you come back.
I had a pretty
Um,
fast CD-ROM back then, though. They had different speeds,
yeah,
2 times, 8
yeah.
times.
You would have had a decent.
That
So
was
many
like
discs too. So many CDs and
it was
discs for these
five
games.
discs. That was a huge game.
Well, it's
Really,
because it had all of those cinematics
it
in
was
it.
good. Good story though. Like the
It
detective
was.
story.
Yeah.
Should we
I
go do
actually
this?
bought.
Ahsoka. I'll bring it up.
Sure. You want to soak it up?
Can you tell us a bit about this?
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, on to part 2 of the stream. So part 2 is where we talk about a
Ahsoka, the Patterson cut.
so
You're telling
yeah,
me a
Derek and
bit
I,
about
if
this.
you didn't know, we did a live stream of Ahsoka. It was okay. Bits of it were quite good, I thought. Bits of it were quite boring, and other bits were just like, why the hell did you do that? So like,
I believe our last
that-
video of Ahsoka episode 8 has 0 views. No one even watched it. Not even us.
that's how, yeah, everyone, yeah,
We were done.
that's representative of the feelings that people had by the end of it. So, um, but there's this guy who's been turning all of these series into movies. So he did Obi-Wan. He even did Book of Boba Fett. He actually made 2 movies out of the Book of Boba Fett. I think he's also pulled stuff out of other movies as well. And I started to watch the Obi-Wan one, and like they're all better than the series. Definitely better. Obi-Wan, like they skip, like all the logical stuff that you see in movies where in these series where you're like, why the hell did you do that? That does make sense. Why have you stabbed 15 people with a lightsaber and none of them have died? That type of stuff. Like he's cut out as much of that as he can. So Obi-Wan, there was just a few things like I haven't actually finished either of these. I probably watched half of them when I had time. But the Obi-Wan was better, but I'm interested to see how it finishes. But Ahsoka was significantly better. Like so much rubbish was cut out. The actual focus is so much better because like in the series there's this introduction of all of these different characters and it slows a lot of it down. It's about Ahsoka, but a lot of it was focused on the Sabine character.
And she was like the emo kid. I remember that.
Yeah, and all of that, so much of it was just completely cut out and it works flawlessly.
Well, it's down to 2.5, right? 2.5 hours?
Yeah, out of like five and a half or something
Half.
like
Cut
that.
out half.
Yeah, and you know how there's a few action sequences where they're in their ship going to the planet? Well, that all gets turned into one action sequence. And it actually really is quite exciting. It's a lot more exciting than it was when it was split out into the series where we're broken down and will we come back? But it flows so much better in the
It had
movie.
this whole A
But
B story thing. It was the pacing, wasn't it? A story,
yeah,
B story, and like
yeah,
B story was so
uh,
slow that you're just like, oh, I'm sick of your face.
yeah. And he hasn't cut. I don't think he's cut anything out with the Balin Skull character.
Because that was the interesting
Um,
story, right? That was the
that
really
was the
good one.
interesting story. But also, like Ahsoka, like the Sabine and Ahsoka characters, a lot better for the cut. Like he picks the best. I think he picks some of the best bits for them that give them a level of emotion and connectedness. Um, whereas before there was a lot of arms crossing, a lot of blandness. And the Sabine character was incredibly annoying for like the first half of the film, first half of the series, and all of that's been cut. Like you literally don't see much of Sabine until Ahsoka comes to pick her up. So there's none of this reticence for her to join up or any of that stuff. It's all like a lot of that rubbish is bypassed, and it just flows so much better. Like you watch this and you think, oh, why wasn't this the film? Like, why didn't they make this into a film? Now, I haven't seen the second part. What I've gotten up to is the point in which they've gotten to Thrawn's just been introduced.
Oh, right. It's quite a.
But
He was only introduced halfway.
yeah, but the first half of the film is leading up to it's so much better. I like it really is a hell of a lot better. Like there's some other stuff that he's done around like changing certain like you can see in the poster it shows a certain image that you don't recognize. That's because it's from something that was in the Rebel series.
Oh,
Um
yeah.
uh so he changed the background and the backdrop and the like the location to be in line with what had happened up until
He's
that point. It
added some
actually makes
effects, hey?
sense, the context.
He's added his own
Um
effects, right?
sorry?
He's added his own effects.
He's added his own effects, yeah. And there are points in which the character, your favorite character, the Padawan, her
She's
eyes
got
gleam
Sith
red when she's
listening.
when she's getting really like anger, emotion, and all that sort of stuff. Like her eyes
She's like Sith, hey?
glow a bit sithy, yeah. But Balin Skull never has that expression.
Oh.
At least not that I've seen. So it's really interesting. Um, so
What about this? Have you seen the Anakin stuff yet?
yeah,
In
the Anakin stuff, all of that happens in the first half of the film. So if you think that the first half of the film kind of leads up to where she gets rescued from the water. And I think they might have even added potentially like a sentence here and there using AI to like say, well, it might have been in the series, I can't remember, but he goes like, well, you lasted half a cycle in the water. So, you've got to be luck is pretty much on your side at the moment. You know how there's this episode where she's in the water and they're trying to find her and rescue her and all of that from the water while she's with Anakin in the
yeah,
thing world. Well, they don't show any of the rescue. They just show that experience and then her being rescued out of that.
I see. They cut it
Not
out.
not the rescue of where they're flying over trying to search for her. Just when the thing comes down and pulls her out, they cut he cuts so much out and it works so much better.
Yeah.
Like the Jason character sensing all of this stuff. Cut out. The only thing they reference is that he helped save her because he sensed her and he tells her that he heard her fighting. So, like, all the relevant pieces, all the relevant dialogue that joins everything together is there. It's just all the superfluous stuff, all of the, yeah. stuff that just draws things out has been cut, and it's actually quite an enjoyable film to watch.
Shall we give it a go? I don't think we can watch the whole thing.
No, so where would you like to start from? Because I'm
Start from the
halfway
beginning.
through. I'm happy to start like at the start to begin with.
Well, maybe just we can skip through, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
How
it.
about how about we start at the beginning, and
Okay.
then we can skip through after a bit.
Yeah.
Because
And you'd let
it's
me know.
best to be introduced to. So when you've opened it up, let me know.
And if you want to play along at home, we do a countdown.
Yeah. So
3, 2, 1, go.
this is a non-for-profit fan film that is not associated. And it does the classic Star Wars stuff instead of I think there was like red text or something.
Makes a difference, doesn't it? As a Star Wars fan. That theme, man.
Why?
John Williams.
Why remove it? I reckon they probably would have had to pay him something. John Williams would have had to get a cut of it or something.
Amazing theme, though.
The evil galactic empire is shattered across the galaxy in its wake. A new republic struggles to maintain peace amidst living threats of imperial remnants.
Yeah, this is different, eh? They bring in the Night Sisters straight away.
Yeah, a Night Sister of Dathomon. I mean, you need that because you need to explain who the hell this person is. I got
The
to say,
music just
though,
changes
Morgan
everything.
Elsbeth,
Makes me want to watch it listening
terrible
to this
name.
music.
Sorry?
It makes me want to watch it listening to this music. It changes everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's
it
tapped into the...
introduces that she's been captured and that she's being rescued.
Oh, gosh, that's a new shot too, isn't it? That's the same Star Wars shot. That's a new one.
No, that was in there.
Was it? Intro, to start off.
No, the intro, but the ship coming in, that
Like
was
that.
introduced.
Was it?
I think so.
Oh, no subtitles.
Oh, really?
I remember this bit now. Like the hubris of this guy. They kept that in.
Yeah, this guy's like smug. They're saying, can we find someone with the right level of smugness?
He's added music there, you can tell.
Sorry?
He's added music there himself, you can tell. It's like MIDI.
No, he hasn't actually. That music was actually in the series. I remember it.
Ah.
That piano music that was in there.
Stands out though. Why does it stand out so much?
It did in the series. I remember. I was like, "What the hell is this?" I remember.
Is it mixed differently though? I don't remember it. Sounds amateurish.
I do. I know. I know. It does. I agree. And it was in the original series. Cut straight to going to the planet. So much stuff has suddenly been cut out.
Yeah, it was the whole intro of Ahsoka, right? She was Tomb Raidering.
Yep. All gone.
For good?
Yep.
So it's sticking with the B story then, the real story, the A story, which what should have been the A story. You
Yep.
know, Ahsoka's the A
Because
story.
it's focusing on the antagonists right now. Like it's continuing the antagonist story to establish what the hell is going on. What are they doing? So the whole losing the map, all of that stuff, completely gone. So you remember how the girl took the map, studied it, and then they came, stabbed her, didn't kill her, took it back, all gone. And it works so much better. Look, and now they've cut to them at the ship that got attacked. So literally have gone from
Yeah, I don't
antagonist
know though,
to
because like you got to introduce her character. If you cut that
that,
whole
but
thing
no,
out,
but
but we
that's the thing.
remember
Now it's
it.
time.
We
But
remember
now it's
her
time.
character introduction, but we don't see it here.
No, this is it now.
But
Now
not the
this is
not the
it
whole
now.
Tomb Raidery thing with the action there, the blowing up
No, it's
thing.
this.
It's less impactful here though. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no, I do, but I still think it flows better when you watch it.
Oh yeah, like if you're cutting stuff, it's a cut.
I think that's a new line. Something that I also noticed in this cut was that they actually gradually kind of introduce you to Ahsoka because she's more of a focus. I mean, in the title, she is more of a focus in the film than it felt when you watch the series. Because it seemed to be more about Sabine than it did about Ahsoka in some ways.
Yeah. Got my subtitles working. Sorry. I was a little bit distracted until then.
And I didn't get rid of this guy. Good old Whitebeard. You can't get rid of him.
Do the colors look a bit different too?
Yeah, there is some changes to the color grading.
He sort of muted it down a bit.
I'm not sure.
Oh, so no chase. The
No,
bike chase thing.
wasn't needed.
Yeah.
This is about establishing the characters.
Yeah, but it's also really slow. The whole start of this has been really slow.
No, it started off with a fight, and now there's the mystery of just establishing some of these characters. If they,
Yeah, but like we're 11 minutes in and it's like
but how much of that has been a
there's no impact of the characters.
mm,
I mean, the reason they had those scenes was for the impact, and we haven't got that. I mean, we remember it. That's why we still relate to the character because we've seen the original. But it's different. It's not the same without the impact.
I think, to be honest with you, when I was watching this, I wasn't really thinking so much about the series, about what we missed. So when she was, I actually forgot about all that chase stuff. Because for her, she wasn't a significant character. She's like a character that's important, but not the
Yeah, but then
significant
they
character.
made a huge
Right
deal like,
now,
oh, Sabine,
all they're doing,
yeah. And then
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
nothing after that.
Well, they're saying she's important, and then they're establishing they're establishing the Ezra thing as an important motivating factor.
Yeah.
So up until that point, there's like all of this other stuff going on about her and Ahsoka not getting along, which really just got in the way of things.
I mean, this was the core story for me. This is all I remember.
Mm.
These guys.
I think in every movie though there is that establishment phase. You can't just have action, 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 action. And I think that this is following the beats of that as you get in most movies. Like remember, like even when Luke was introduced in the original series, he was just a side character in Star Wars to begin with. He was just some dude.
The Eye of Sauron. Do you know what the Eye of Sauron is?
It's the ship.
Oh. I kept the look. I'm glad he did. That look is so important.
Mm. But see what I mean? Like, the focus has been on the momentum of the antagonists. They're ahead of everything. They're on their way doing stuff. And they're all just doing this is investigation for these. Like, this stuff is establishing our protagonists and getting a bit of momentum going.
But it kind of feels like it's missing that thing, though. It is missing those impact moments. By cutting them out, you're missing
I
something
don't
there.
think it does. I really don't think it does. Because, like, you watch other films that we think are great. It doesn't, like, yeah, I know what you mean, though.
Like if you have Bond in a Bond film, there's no way you introduce him like they did here.
But you didn't introduce Bond in Star Wars, you introduced droids.
Yeah, I wonder.
Empire
No, well, they
Strikes
had
Back
Princess
started with the
Leia.
Empire.
That one was so dramatic, that intro. Because now that he's made this card, it would be interesting to ask him, like, if he had the budget to shoot and to write scenes,
Would
what
he
would
write
he
a different
add?
scene to the introduce the
Like, would he add
characters?
something, a little something?
You're right, though. I think if there was a chance to introduce Ahsoka better, I think he would have taken it.
Yeah.
But that scene really, as much as it was a good scene, it changes the entire flow of the film.
And Sabine's one, it was kind of
But I don't
stupid.
think that one's necessary. Because
Well, like,
Sabine
but
isn't
he could have
as.
had something else there to bridge the pace. Like, it becomes
Well,
comes a lead up to no payoff, you know? He's like, "Where's Sabine?" And then there's no payoff. There's
but
nothing.
who cares? Who cares about Sabine? It's not about
No, because
Sabine.
you have a lead up with no payoff, or they either don't have the
Remember
lead up.
when Han Solo's introduction was like gradual and it wasn't as significant as the other characters? We don't need to introduce every single main character with a like amazing spur of events.
No, but it's the way it was led up like that makes you expect something. The way he gives a whole speech and says, "Oh, and Sabine,
Mm.
where is Sabine?" You expect something to see something.
And she's back at home and
She's
anyway,
just walking
sorry.
around with a cat.
But the whole point of that scene, firstly, so now we get an action scene, and this is when so we've had antagonists, we've had build up, introducing some characters, and now there's the action scene.
But it's so rando, man. Like, where are the
What do
stakes?
you
There's
mean?
action, but there's no stakes. Who is this guy? Why does we care?
Well, no, he's delaying them from finding out where this thing is going. They're doing an investigation.
Yeah, it's a
Remember
delay.
also that you and I are talking about what's going on, so some of the flow gets lost in our discussion.
But at some point, you can't save what's not there, you know? You can
Sorry?
cut and cut it. At some point, you can't save what's not there to begin with.
Yeah. But what I found was that this wasn't as random as it might seem now. When I was watching it, and it was just me. Because all the dialogue and everything that happened, like, I basically stopped thinking about what was in the series and just what the conversations were leading up to this point. And this is a chance to show how cool she is in terms of a fight. Like, she dominated the thing and they just got away. So it establishes how good she is. But also leading up to it, that whole conversation with the guy and the thing, it also sets in motion the attitude of what people have towards the Empire as having, that there are still people working who used to be in the Empire. Like, there's this subtext, basically cut out a lot of fat and little conversations that sit there, almost, they actually have more relevance than they did when they're in the series, where there's just lots of superfluous crap in the middle. So when this guy's talking about, oh, look, we've still got Empire people here and all that sort of stuff, it establishes what the New Republic is actually
Yeah, it makes an
like.
impact.
Everything has more impact because it's tighter.
This is so much better than Acolyte.
Yeah. So far it's all investigation.
And that actually, it works with her flat expression because now she's a detective. She's not a superhero now. She's just straight-faced detective.
So that conversation actually also adds weight to why she actually needs Sabine Wren. Because her not just on her own. I know it comes to stupid dream crap.
Were we calling her wooden? I can't remember. I think we were.
So I think, from my understanding, that piece there was actually a face-to-face conversation that they had. But now what she did is set it up this way so that the message comes through, and now she's like, now she's got to get ready and all that sort of stuff. So the whole will I or won't I go, all of that stuff is now like, it's not required because it's about going to see if she can get Ezra, because that's the main subplot as a result of this, is which it was in the series, but it's emphasized so much more with all the other stuff cut out.
It's more explicit, eh? Funny that he's got to hack away at a series to make it decently flowed, though. Shouldn't it be like that to begin with?
Yeah,
He's
but
got to
we're
hack
not
away.
talking about the qualities of the series. I think we've established the quality of the series. In a way, it kind of highlights why this would have been better as a movie. Once again, calling back to Ezra.
Yeah, it's clearing up the motivation, eh?
Without any need for a dialogue that goes on forever.
I mean, it fits together, but you know that it's constructed the way that it's.
It's called editing, Derek.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but like,
I'm not going to get frustrated with the series. I'm just interested in experiencing this as
you
it
know
is a
how he
movie.
says, "Oh, you need Sabine," and then the next scene we see is, "Oh, I need Sabine. Sabine, I need you," and then the next scene, Ahsoka's there. Hi,
But I
Sabine.
mean, that's how movies flow.
No, there's usually A and B. There's like a break. You sort of like
But they've given us
in good
breaks.
movies, like there's a flow to things. You don't just one after the other like that.
But I don't think they.
That's why I mean it's constructed.
I don't
like
know
this.
if I agree. I don't know if I agree. It's like saying that people can't have a conversation because the word that comes after a question is an answer.
I mean, it's just simple. Then it's not. There's no complexity to it. It's like you
But it
need
never had
Sabine.
complexity to begin with.
I will ask for Sabine. Sabine comes to realize that there's no arc, right?
No, but she didn't say. She didn't say you need to talk to Sabine. She said you shouldn't be doing this on your own. Like, he didn't say you better speak to Sabine Wren, and she goes, I better speak to Sabine Wren, and then calls up. They did. That's not how the conversation flowed.
But the whole umming and ahhing was them trying to make some sort of arc, some sort of drama. Whereas this, they've removed it, really.
Yeah, it wasn't needed.
Drama in a drama. I would argue that you need some drama.
Oh, we've got Balin's skull. You can't talk during Balin's skull dialogue. No, well, but it's a movie. It's not it's not a series drama. It's a movie. It has to be tighter. A has to lead to B. And it's not a Quentin Tarantino movie. He cut that down significantly, that scene with the voiceover. I'm not saying it's perfect, but to me it's a hell of a lot better.
This reminds me of Leslie Headland's wife. All I can see is Leslie Headland's wife now.
Acolytes tainted everything.
I know.
That's Ewan McGregor's wife, though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's funny that changed that scene because I remember the first time it was rough watching that scene.
I don't know exactly what he did differently in that one.
It landed better though.
Hmm.
It might have just been the extended reaction shot
Hmm.
as she was describing she lost her friends. I don't know.
Mm. There's another reason why Sabine's stuff has been cut.
Man, this is so great, this stuff. They nailed it here. You can't change your acting, though.
Buddha!
What the? Cool shot too.
And also, this is like a whole set of different sections connected into one.
She's so intense.
You're in love, Derek.
Yeah, I love this bit. Ooh. Space whales.
Space whales.
Moo.
But even like later on, they talk a bit about space whales, so it actually aligns this scene as well. Like like everything is tighter in this than it is in the series. Where like if you miss a bit of dialogue, it's like, oh, that's right, they did actually mention it. But I fell asleep halfway through the episode, so I missed.
Yeah, it's good pacing. Like, what are we at? 43 minutes.
So this is the lull between the action sequence, you know. They've actually also got more Ahsoka smiling because they've cut so much out. He keeps every smile that she has
He keeps all the
to
life
give
that
her
he
more
can get.
personality.
That's why it'd be cool to ask him, what he thought, what he would add. Because obviously he knows what he's
Mm,
doing.
yeah. So even then, like the joke before is connected to this one. I don't know how much is different from the actual series because I've forgotten like the beats of it, but it's easier to see the connections between things.
It's cool we got to see a bit more of Marek. I mean, there's more emphasis on him. He's a
Hmm.
great character, isn't he? Marek.
Yeah, like as soon as you cut stuff out, it emphasizes other things more, which is yeah.
Check.
I think that this scene wasn't actually necessary, but everyone loves Balin Skull so much that he just kept it
That
in
slow
there.
push in, man.
It was just
Fucking
like not
hell.
even necessary, really, because they're going to be coming looking for them anyway, right?
But he's man. He's the man.
But he's the man.
I'm keen to how we see how he resolves this plot point here, because it was clumsy in the original series. Where Sabine goes off with the bad guys, you know?
All right. Well, remember, up to this point, they've emphasized Ezra a hell of a lot more. So there's your like first element of that.
Still a bit meh. I mean, it always was. There's nothing you can change, right? You can't change your acting. You can't change the dialogue.
Yeah, I think you're right about the introduction to the Sabine character.
Say
Like,
again, sorry?
you're right about the Sabine characters, not like her action. There was no. You're right. Like they needed to have a better introduction to her, but the introduction to her was literally her getting into his lightsaber fight and then stabbed.
Yeah. You get the smile.
Yeah.
He's trying to breathe, resuscitate this theory. He's like breathing life into
But
it.
I actually think he does a good job, to be honest with you. Like when I
Clear.
was watching this, I actually was enjoying watching this. I was enjoying it.
Well, like it's only 15 minutes. It's good. Like we're already halfway there, you know, in terms of
Hmm.
how quick it's moved compared to the original.
Yeah. Like, you're not counting the minutes. Like, I mean, there was a lot of counting the minutes at certain episodes.
Cool line, man.
Only because it was delivered by him.
Oh, that's cool though.
No, it is, but I mean, it goes to show you how sometimes dialogue. People say that writing is terrible, but sometimes it's not. Writing isn't terrible; it's delivered terribly. It's can be both. It can be a line isn't badly written; it's just delivered terribly, and vice versa. Pacing,
What did you say? Patience.
pacing.
Oh,
They're
pacing.
adding. They're
Tension.
adding.
It's that meter that you
He's
can't
giving it.
understand how far. You don't know what the symbols mean.
I've seen trees get knocked over before.
What do you? What's
Acolyte. I've seen
acolyte?
trees get knocked over before.
Is that an acolyte? Can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh man, Marek.
Pretty good. Like, one down, halfway through the film, it establishes that she can, like, she's not a pushover.
It goes so slow.
It's a good outfit, too. Like, they did get good outfits. Like, gives them good presence. Unlike Acolyte, where he had the helmet and, like, no shot. Like, he looked like a skinny guy with the helmet.
It was bad. Eh? Fucking hell, every scene is so perfect with Balin.
Yeah.
His dialogue and everything. One must destroy in order to create. And then he just lashes. Like his fighting style too. It's really like
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Like the motions of his thing is, it's like short,
solid.
short, and then power.
She flinches.
Well, in this, I think they were implying.
Oh, there it does.
What I like as well about this is that he's supposed to be the bad guy, but all of his words are the opposite of what a bad guy would be saying in a lot of situations. Like
I
there's
hope we
differences.
get to see more of him, and they recorded some in season
No, I
2.
don't think they will. I don't know what they're going to do.
Maybe CGI him. I wouldn't mind it. Bit of AI.
I can't. You can't CGI acting. It'd just come across as crap. People would know. They just have to get a different. They either have to bypass it altogether.
Because we never really got to see the full story
Hmm.
with the infinites, whatever they're called.
Oh yeah, the
Oof.
do it. Something I'd missed in that before was that he said your family died, Amandala, because your master didn't trust you. I missed that. Like, so there are some beats in the series that actually work well in terms of like this being the mid section of the movie, if that makes sense, or the series. It's just stretched.
Yeah, he's kept all the good bits.
I think it actually would have been a lot more successful if it was a movie, if they had edited it and released it as a movie. But I think they were just too scared to.
Movie's a different beast, though, isn't it? You got to distribute it
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
yeah. That's what I mean. Like it's kind of a shame because you don't know. Like, you don't know how it would have been received if it had been released as a film because we're seeing the second, not first, right? So if we saw this as a movie first and then the series second, I wonder how we would be feeling about it.
Different music?
Yep.
Where did that come from, eh?
One of the prequel trilogies. Trilogy. I like that line. I won't fight you. I've heard that before.
Obi-Wan, right?
No. Luke.
Oh.
Luke and Darth Vader.
But it hits different when it's more compact like this. The message lands a bit better.
Yeah. Something else that I realized about this is this connects it to the films. Yeah, like it actually, this scene is even more important now, like watching it compact, in that it actually makes it more relevant to the films that came before it.
Mm,
Like that this is the the what is the apprentice of Darth Vader?
yeah.
What, like the importance of her, of his legacy on her. Um it's a pity
Definitely
that that
landed
kind of
stronger
wasn't.
this way.
Sorry?
It landed stronger this way by having it
Yeah.
in sequence and
Yeah.
not split
I
over
think it
episodes. I think we just forgot.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
after a week, you don't remember all the stuff before.
Yeah. And I think also it would have been good if there'd been something to connect them sooner, but
It's a powerful scene.
mm,
It's good they cut out the fluff of the kid saving, with the force thing. That
yeah, it
was
wasn't needed. And he was annoying too.
all right, dude. I might have to call it.
Yeah. You pretty much This is pretty much where
Where you got up to?
I got up to, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Hey, he did a really good job. I really like it.
Mm,
Like he knows what he's doing, and that
mm,
little thing where he added the music, and added a bit more of a moment with Ahsoka and Anakin. That's what it needs. Like he's trying to breathe
yeah,
life into this. You really feel it.
yeah,
Like
he
he
does.
knows what's lacking, and wherever he can inject a bit of stuff, he does. Um,
Mm,
and especially with music, you
true.
feel it straight away. The relationship, and that's what they're talking about in that whole scene is this like apprentice master relationship, and there is history
Yeah.
there, but we never felt it
And what
because we
he
never had that connection. We saw a smile maybe for a second, but it was brushed off, whereas he dwelt on it enough to you know make an impact. So he's doing good stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I there's so much. It was almost like this was originally written. Watching this makes it feel like it was originally written as a film and then stretched out to become a series rather than the other way around. Because some of these scenes seem to be written with that in mind, and then you've got all of this slow bits and like where you've had to rewrite stuff to make it longer to fit into a series. Because
And it
like the
suffers, you lose it. You only have enough attention for things, and like you don't remember the stuff that's in there clearly because when it's played out like that, it
yeah,
matters more.
and that's what I meant when you said, like, oh, it's just thing leading on to the next thing is like it has to lead on to the next thing. Everything has to connect to the next
I don't
thing.
know. That one
But
was a bit clumsy. Because
no,
I
you're
know what he's
right.
trying to do but he had to just chop so much that he
Yeah.
had to butcher that whole intro basically.
Yeah. Well, he did.
So
Had to change it completely.
yeah,
Like,
so there's only so much you can do. But in this later stuff, it's more nuanced the way he's done it.
mm.
It's nice.
Like I think that all that was sort of would have like there's two things I like on reflection I agree with. One is that if there'd been something to introduce Sabine better as who this person is, in a succinct way, rather than just like it was fine her being introduced and then there's a bit of comedy there. I can kind of see it why they did it the way that they did as a series. Um, but at the same time, I don't know. That's probably it would have been. It's almost like it pulled too much away from the actual main focus, which should have been Ahsoka, and also Ahsoka being like. It would have been good if there'd been some way of introducing Ahsoka as like a Jedi warrior, because she's kind of highlighted as that halfway through, like towards the climax of the middle climax. But up until that point, it wasn't as emphasized, if that
Yeah, it's
makes
funny.
sense.
Do you reckon there's any way to Christopher Nolan it and do time cutting? Because he hasn't done that here. It's all played out sequentially. Could he have done a little bit of time cutting there? Probably
Ah,
not.
I don't see what scenes he could have cut into it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what he could have done.
Without
Like, he
giving stuff
did the
away.
best that he could. Like, there are scenes there that show her as a training in Jedi stuff, but that's harkening back to all of the other series. So it's not saying that she's a warrior thing. But there was nothing to sort of introduce her as someone who was like a child. Like, it would have been good to introduce her as like a child of the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
if
that
that
would have been
makes
cool.
sense. And
I
that
mean,
would have
that's
been
what I'm watching at the moment. I'm still going through it. I'm only up to season 4 of the Clone Wars. It's so freaking good, man. It's really, really good. All of that stuff. I mean, have you watched it all?
I did. It was a while ago now.
There's that
Um,
scene where the Ventress, she goes back to the witches and they just murder all the witches. It's crazy. It's an amazing series.
Ventress goes back to all the witches and they murder all the witches. Is this where Grievous comes in and just
Yeah,
kills?
just
Yeah, yeah.
slaughters them. Holy crap, what an episode. And then it leads into
It's
this,
really
they're sort
dark,
of,
isn't it? It's
well,
like,
it
who's
sort of,
this audience for?
well, it leads a bit into this because the witches are on the run here. You don't really feel that
Yeah,
with that intensity until you've seen them all murdered.
yeah. Well,
Um,
what you haven't seen here is they actually start to explain who they are. Like, at this point, that's when they, like, say, give you a background as to where they've arrived to.
yeah.
I'm really interested to see how the rest of it plays out.
Well,
I
it's
don't know. Do
funny
you want to
also
wait?
that all of this stuff is in the stuff originally. Like he hasn't got recasting or any, it was there to begin with. It just needed a bit of like dressing. Like it's funny that we
Yeah.
couldn't see it, whereas he saw the potential enough to like fix it. And bravo, man,
Mm.
you did a good job.
Do you want to watch the rest of it another
Yeah,
time, or do you?
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Because I'm just tossing up whether to watch the rest of it
Oh
on
no, you
my
go for
own.
it then. Yeah, because
Oh yeah,
most of this is empty airtime, so really, we maybe we can just give a summary next time we're back
true.
of our thoughts.
Sure.
But thanks
Cool.
everyone for hanging in,
Thanks everyone. Yeah.
and thanks for all the
Uh,
new viewers. Like, if you are new, don't forget to like and subscribe, or just
like and subscribe. Like and
go and
subscribe.
watch us
Like
on
and
Twitch
subscribe.
TV, The Mog Live. We're trying to do it every fortnight on Thursday. It's around 7:30 Sydney, Brisbane time in Australia, where we're from. Or you can watch the VODs on YouTube at any time. And I think it's
Yeah.
just the Mog there, isn't it? Over at YouTube.
I've forgotten.
Yeah, I think it is. All right, I better head. Thanks,
All
everyone.
right. Take care,
See
man.
ya. Stop me
See you guys.
now.
Stopping.